Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and today I'm taking a first impressions look at Aliens vs. Predator Classic 2000, a later re-release of the original 1999 Alien vs. Predator, which was not the first Alien vs. Predator game, or even the first Alien vs. Predator FPS game, which would have been the original release, Alien vs. Predator, for the Atari Jaguar back in 1994, also made by Rebellion. I believe that was actually their first game. Rebellion are mostly known now, of course, for Sniper Elite, as I think that's really the only kind of good game that they make. They make other stuff too, but it's all mostly garbage. Stuff like Never Dead and Dick fucking Marcinko Simulator, Rogue Warrior. But that's a special kind of bad. Anyhow, this is Alien vs. Predator. The original, or close enough to the original, which I've never played, despite my, familiarity with both Aliens and Predator, and I'm pretty fond of a lot of the stuff that comes out of that, but I've never played really any of the AVP games. You know, I took a first impressions look at the 2010 AVP game, but that wasn't really too much into it, and I didn't go back to it after that. I played a little bit of the multiplayer too with some friends, but aside from that, I don't really have a lot of experience with AVP. Aside from the okay movie and the terrible movie. Anyhow, since there are 3 races for this, and I want to kind of evenly take a look at them, rather than sort of trying to smush them all into a shorter video, I'm actually going to split this up into 3 videos, one for each race, and we're going to go through the single player of each one to get a feel for them. Since when I did the 2010 version, I sort of just did the Marines to compare it with Colonial Marines, and showed that even that single campaign was better than the entire game, but I only kind of quickly looked at the Predator after that. I didn't even get to the Xenomorph. So, we're going to start with the United States Colonial Marines, and then we'll move on to the Alien and then the Predator last. And you can see I already tried to record this earlier, but it helps to turn on your mic before recording. I'm going to go with Realistic, which is the normal difficulty. Okay, so we're on LV-426 again, 10 years after Aliens. An unfortunate side effect of recording the cutscenes is that the game crashes if the recording is running at the end of the cutscene, but if I hit the button to turn off the recording, it also skips the cutscene and crashes anyway. But
warning,
we can just skip it.
Alert. All personnel must evacuate.
Wake up, Triton. You're in some serious shit. We're bugging out now. Level 3 doors are on your left, so get your ass to the comms room and I'll brief you from there.
Man, and that's the thing I feel like they didn't do enough of in classic games, or at least that I'm aware of. FMV inside of the actual game world, instead of, Command & Conquer's FMV in between levels, or just FMV games. Alright, so we're the Marine. Obviously the Marine's advantage is he has a gun and a radar. They also have flares, which seem like they're on a cooldown. You don't seem to run out or anything. Obviously we've got our pulse rifle, which unlike Colonial Marines, has a proper 99 rounds in it. And sounds about right. We also have the underbarrel grenade launcher with 5 rounds, as you can see at the bottom right there. And we have, if I can remember what key it is, yeah, we have this sort of night vision mode, but it turns off our radar.
Access denied. So
either you can see, because this game's actually pretty dark, and everything looks like shit, or you can't see and everything's very atmospheric. I need to break the glass here, in case of emergency. Sadly, we can't just do a rifle butt. As far as I can tell, our only weapon right now is the pulse rifle. It's probably all we need, though.
Okay, Triton. We've got to secure it. Move your ass to the air route. You've got to go through the egg lab first. Open the blast doors in here by pulling the override switch. Don't worry about those eggs. They need sterilized. Now move it!
Blast door cycling.
Thankfully, having played through this level already, I remember where to go now, because it was actually a bit confusing the first time. Won't have that much of an advantage, though, once we get to the other races, since I've only played the first level of the Xenomorph. Alright, so there's just straight up an egg lab.
Warning, airlock activated.
Gotta wonder why the Colonial Marines are involved here with, you know, studying these eggs and everything.
Okay, proceed through the tunnels and rendezvous upstream at 3. There to sort you out. We've had some light failures, so you may need to use your image intensifier.
He's not joking, it's fucking pitch black in this room. Where you can see that this is a facility built right onto the derelict, similar to the Origin facility in Colonial Marines.
Careful, Private, we've lost contact with the ops team. We're getting some weird signals down there with you. Something moving down there.
I totally did not see that Xenomorph come flying at me. Like, I knew there was one there, but I didn't know where it was. It didn't show up on the radar. You got me this time, Colonial Marine, or Colonial Marines.
Damn it, looks like the unit's having
AVP.
trouble. We're afraid you're on your own. Take the underground access stuff to the main colony. Try using the override switch for the observation. Good luck, Marine.
I feel like this game would be unplayable if you didn't have the image intensifier as Marine. Like, I know it's supposed to be dark and moody so that Xenomorphs can jump out and murder you, but it's like really, really dark. I hope the whole game's not that dark. Guess I'll just follow the blood trail. So from what else I remember, the Marine's role is kind of, you know, dangerous with all the guns, but pretty fragile once something actually gets up close. We didn't seem to lose too much health there. I guess because we have armor still. Once we lose that, we'll probably die a lot faster. Alright, medkit. Remember, too, to quick save. Which is one of these F keys. Oh no, wait, sorry. You can't quick save. Instead, you pull up the thing, hit save game, and you actually have a limited number of saves per... I thought it was per level, but it looks like it might be... No, it is per level, sorry. And Xenomorphs are pretty quick. And their acid blood will, of course, damage you if you're close to them when they die, or walk through their blood. Weirdly, though, they seem to mix the sort of creepy, you know, animalistic crawl with the awkward guy in a suit standing up running motion. So, spoilers, I investigated what that sound was. It's a big fan, and if you go down there, it sucks you in and kills you. It seems, as Marine, you have to worry a lot about environmental deaths. That tail can hit you. So of course the problem is, without the image intensifier it's really dark, but the radar is really helpful when you can't actually tell there's Xenomorphs around. It's an elevator? No, it looks like just a drop. This is probably an elevator. Oh no, wait, what's over here? Apologize if this flashing makes anyone horribly ill. So now we just need to go down there. trying to rush through this first level just because I've already played this one, but I haven't played the second level, which I'd like to also get to in this video. Maybe get another gun or something. Alright, so here's Derelict with its vagina openings. Don't remember that from Alien. So we climb into these love tunnels. And this elevator here. Another environmental hazard. When I first went through this level, I got killed by that elevator when it came back down. Since there's no button activated, they just sort of go on their own. So yeah, I just got squished by an elevator. There's also a lot more Xenomorphs around last time. And of course, here's the engineer, or the pilot, however you want to refer to him as, or the Promethean, if for some reason you want to use that vernacular. Now, I couldn't really tell, but this room looks like a dead end, but it's actually not. Like, well, obviously you can't tell anything when you turn that off, but everything kind of looks the same, right? It looks like a big circle. But there's actually a door here that I totally missed the first time, and just kind of wandered around trying to find how to go.
You're almost to the colony access duct. Stay sharp.
Also, you don't really seem to throw the flares, they just sort of spawn where you're looking. Alright, so that didn't go too badly.
Looks like the company got spooked and pulled out. There's an APC beyond the main gate, but the power's shut down. You have to open the gate remotely. Find the generator shed, turn on the power, and then await further orders.
So, the Marine campaign seems to be very, find this switch and activate it to get to the next area. I have a feeling this level's going to be another goddamn bug hunt. But we shall see. As far as I understand, predators are not super common in the campaigns because they're actually, you know, pretty strong individually. So they're kind of, I think, spaced out as a more special enemy. I could be wrong. There could be just predators all over the place later on. Who knows? I haven't really mentioned it yet, but obviously this game has the very quick, old-school move speed of, you know, Quake and Unreal Tournament, and those other earlier 3D shooters. Which I imagine would make multiplayer, like, super hectic. People just sprinting all over the place at top speed. We actually found more ammo. That's good. Oh, we can't go to bar. If I remember, the bar had a sweet dance floor. Not too sure about the goopy Xenomorph theme they had going, though. So I imagine this is the gate we need to go through? And this is where we came from, right? Headshots are certainly more effective, but they're very hard to get when they're fucking running all over the place. Like this one. He's not doing the silly standing up thing, so he's actually really hard to kill. And the question that always comes up for me in these games is, where did these Xenomorphs come from? Who did they lay their eggs in to make these Xenomorphs? See, that sounds like an elevator, that sound, but where the hell is it coming from? It sounds like it's coming from inside. But I can't activate this door. I don't know what this actually did. I mean, I could just walk around hitting E on things. So I haven't encountered a door that you can actually open by hitting E on the door. No. I feel like it has to be something to do with this building. But it's not like I can get around behind it. Can I? Nope. This game even has the false positives of like elevators and stuff setting off your motion detector, which is a neat touch. That like Colonial Marines and maybe even Alien Isolation didn't really bother with. It's a little silly that I can forever outrun these Xenomorphs unless they leap at me. Or completely over me. Oh, this seems promising. I found a tunnel. Alright, after aimlessly wandering around, finally found where to go. The good old video game days where they didn't even give you a little bit of direction, it's just, hey, go to this place, and then you're like, well, I don't know where that is, and then you just wander around until you find it. People would say that that's a result of all of our modern day video games, holding your hand every 5 seconds. But I never really think that giving you information is the same thing as holding your hand. Okay, so this is why I thought this tunnel would go anywhere, I guess. That said, this game doesn't seem to have a very maze-like configuration for these maps. Just a bunch of samey-looking textures that lead somewhere, eventually. Alright, door. No switch or anything to open the door. Was this that elevator I heard before? No? Ah, there we go. Can't find a door? Make your own. Except now I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the window. I can't move. I can't crouch. Ah, there we go. That's probably the door I was just looking at. Activate all 4 generators. Oh, so I can walk up one of these TVs and just... It seems like I can hit E for a reminder of my objective. Maybe it's just that one. I think you said colony building. Funny, even if you shoot their tails off, they still have a little flail animation. Alright, so that would be this building over here, right? Nope. I guess it's this way. Down some more identical tunnels. More health, more ammo. I'm gonna save in case I die. Yeah, okay, so you get 3 saves per level. That probably goes down if you pick the harder difficulty. It's interesting when a lot of those... Oh. When a lot of... God damn it. A lot of these old shooters usually let you just kind of quick save forever. I wonder if the ones that stay on all 4s longer are a different enemy type, similar to the Colonial Marines' lurkers. So this is obviously not going to open. So I guess we'll go this way. From all directions. But I'm honestly curious if the Xenomorphs just infinitely spawn, or if there is actually a limited number of them. It seems kind of shitty if they just come at you forever. Also, I just realized, shouldn't this not even really be here? Considering the whole exploding atmospheric processor thing. Okay, there is a xenomorph acid hole here. I don't see anything else useful in this room. Apparently I'm just really bad at finding doors in this game. Like, it's one thing if it's supposed to be intense and, you know, there's lots of xenomorphs, but if it's like I can't even go through a door because every time I try, another one comes out. That may be a few too many. Look at this. If I can run through the door. I can't even ignore them forever, though, because I don't know where I'm going. Oh. I got completely turned around and just went backwards again. I came in here, I came into this room, and it was a dead end. I have 4 health. That's not a real door. These computers don't do anything. Is there one up there? Can't tell where that humming noise is coming from. Like, I can't just shoot through the floor. I can't climb through the hole in the floor. And then I stepped in the blood and died. Seriously, I don't know what it is, but I just can't see fucking hallways in this game, because there's a shaft right next to this door. I'm gonna say it now, and I know it's probably gonna piss somebody off, but I don't think this game has great level design. Everything looks kind of the same, and it's not just because of the old textures, because there are games from 1999 that have good level design that I've played. At least. And I don't... Maybe it's just the Marine, but I feel like I'm just wandering corridors, like this is 3D Doom. As Xenomorphs constantly pop out of the walls. Literally out of the walls. Still have plenty of mags left, at least. I think it's explosive barrels. Jeez, they don't really fuck around with the exploding barrel thing. In the future, barrels will explode even more. On the one hand, I don't really want to play the whole video in that grainy green fucking vision mode, but at the same time, it's really dark. Like, I don't know if it's because they couldn't do dynamic lighting, but why can't the Marines just have a flashlight? Alright, so here's a big acid hole. Alright, it's a bit brighter in here. Like, I don't think the levels look bad. I think they just are not great for gameplay-wise. Like, we're just wandering around tunnels. Also, these guys probably shouldn't have spawned there. There is what looks like a smart gun behind that vent, or whatever this is. But yeah, like, the texture work and stuff is fine. No, I didn't mean to fall, but okay. Running backwards in a straight line doesn't work great against them, because then they just lunge at you. This is backwards again, I think. You know, it does kind of kill the tension when there's Xenomorphs every 5 seconds. It's not like, oh no, where are they going to jump out at me? It's like, where aren't they going to jump out at me? Okay, this is where I came from. This is also where I came from, so I want to go this way. Okay, and then I immediately fell in this hole. God damn it. far as I can tell, there's no, like, map or anything either. Which, having a map in, like, Doom-type games really helped. Oh, and that's the end of me. We are gonna get through this level before the end of this video. Alright, I think I'm in the right direction. It's weird that sometimes there isn't any voiceover, it just gives you a little bit of text at the top of the screen.
System malfunction.
But I'm pretty sure he told me to pull switches. Because goddamn, if there's one thing a Marine knows how to do, it's pull a goddamn switch.
Damn! Did you throw all 5 switches? Main gate hasn't budged. Near.
Whoops.
The engineer had one. He might still be on it. His body is in med lab. Level 2.
Roger that, Commander Beret. Oh my god, get away from me. I need to figure out how to switch back. There we go. It feels like a zero-sum game trying to fight these Xenomorphs. They're just constantly there screeching in my ear. Didn't they stopped? Oh, okay, no. This appears to be the med lab. Another health kit. I'm gonna pop a save here. Alright, flamer. We have 1 full tank, it looks like. I'm gonna guess that sound is the sound of facehuggers. Okay, that just leads to the big hole in the ground. Wait, so can we just go back outside now? No. I set myself on fire. And there I go. So, it seems very easy to set yourself on fire if you're attacking a Xenomorph up close. You know, the kind of range that a video game requires you to use a flamethrower from. Alright, I think I just need to make it back to that gate. I hope. Oh, I guess they do actually throw the flare. It's just fairly fast, so if it's anywhere near you, it doesn't look like it. So that'll pretty much do it for the Colonial Marine episode of this First Impressions look at Aliens vs. Predator Classic 2000. The Marines seem to be a much more standard, well, kind of as you'd expect, a much more standard FPS of the time. You know, a lot of sprinting around, kind of corridors and whatnot, shooting an endless supply of enemies. It's pretty standard stuff. Then again, the Marines are the closest to, you know, a traditional FPS, since you're basically just a guy with a gun. I'm expecting that with the Predator and the Xenomorph, things will be quite a bit different. I know the Xenomorph one is quite a bit different. It's quite a bit more stealthy, and obviously you're not as dangerous, since you have to get up close to kill somebody. And I haven't even tried the Predator yet for the original recording, so I have no idea how that plays. Well, I imagine it probably plays pretty standard to other FPSs, but with more abilities, since the Predator is kind of the OP of the three, going by their original fiction at least. But yeah, this is the first part, and I'll see you in the next one, where we get to sneak around and stab people as a Xenomorph. Until then, you folks all take care.